This foldable is for variables on both sides, and how we're going to fold it is in like this towards the crease. And towards the crease. It says when solving an equation with variables, constants and variables on both sides of the equation, you can move whichever constant or variable you want first. And this is true. You'll always get the correct answer. But I'm going to show you the way I would like for you to do it in class. It just helps me verify that you've done all the steps. Directions. Solve the given equation by moving the underlined term first. Show all your work. Okay, so we're not going to fill all of this in because there's just one method I would like for us to use. And then we're going to draw the line. So this is the only one I want written on your paper. What I would like for us to do is always have the letter on the left. You want the letter on the left. So I'm going to subtract this 7c so I can get rid of it on here on purpose. So I'm going to write negative 7c. And what we've been doing is one step at a time. I would like for us to do 2 steps at a time. That means if I want the letter on the left, I don't need this constant on this side. So we're going to move it. This is a positive 8. So to get rid of it, we have to subtract 8. Remember, plus and positives are also interchangeable. And then, since we subtracted 8 here, to get rid of it on purpose, we have a negative 8 over here. 5 minus 7 is a negative 2c, and that's equal to negative 10 because negative 2 minus 8 is a negative 10. So again, this looks like it was a minus 2, but since we got rid of this, it's only has it like this, and negatives and minuses are interchangeable. So now we read it as negative 2 minus 8 is negative 10. From here, now we have to divide by negative 2. Because this is multiplication. When they're stuck together like this is multiplication of a negative 2. That means c is equal to 5. And that's all I want you to write. What I'm supposed to do is show you that if you start in a different way or separate the steps, that you will get the same answer. I would like for you to watch the rest of this video just to verify these things, but you don't have to write this down. So please watch, but don't write. All right, so let's try this again. Let's say that you saw this first and you said minus 5c on both sides, minus 5c. Great. If you saw that, then that means that you have to get rid of this because you purposely put the letters on the right. So now you have to move this thing. So it would be plus 2 over here, so you could get rid of this. So plus 2 and then plus 2. Now I have 10 on this side because you got rid of this. And that's equal to 2c. And then we're going to divide by 2 to both sides. 5 is equal to c. Just like we had above. Okay, so I like this method because what you do is eliminate one thing on one side and eliminate one thing on the other side. And then you also line them up. So for example, the variable with the variable or the constant with the constant. So this tends to help students identify where the numbers go and what you have to do on each side. But what this handout is saying too is that it doesn't, you can separate it by steps. So let's go back to this one. Let's say we subtracted that 7c. We still have a negative 2c here. If you do it this method, that you do one step at a time, what I find is that most students forget that they had this over here and that they have to rewrite this. from here, we have a positive 8, and that's how we have to subtract 8 on both sides. So the ones without the letters, the constants, we try to put on the other side of the equation. So now I have negative 2c is equal to negative 10. We're still going to divide by negative 2 because that was multiplication when they're stuck together like this. C is equal to 5. We still got the same answer, but this method separates out the steps. If you like either of these other ways, please make sure to write them down. But if not, just writing this one would be good enough for class.